What is going on, brothers and sisters? How are you doing? I hope you are blessed. I hope you are having a wonderful day. And I would like to kind of go over something that I did not have prior to the last 6 months. And the last 6 months, I'd never had a complete list of the laws, statutes, and commands of our Creator. I had seen a bunch online, and there's a Judaism set that says there's 613 laws, and when I actually read through them, they were all messed up, and they were duplicated, and it was really, really odd. And so my family and I set out on an adventure, and for the last 6 months, for about an hour a day or so, give or take, we would read with all of you out there from our Sefer Bible, and we were trying to very meticulously and precisely get every law, statute, and command that we can find that applies to us today. And a lot of these we can't do. The Levitical stuff is stuff that we do not have a Levitical priesthood for. The good news is we don't need a Levitical priesthood because we have a Melchizedek priest who is Messiah Yahusha. Most of you guys know him as Jesus the Christ, but there were no J's in Hebrew. So the letter wasn't even invented until 1529. It was years and years, 1500 years after our Messiah walked the lands, people came up with the letter J, and then they named him Jesus. And prior to the 1611 King James Bible, they actually had him as Isis. And that is not correct either, because names do not translate. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is that as we have been documenting the commands, and as we made it down this list, and if you'll bear with me, take a quick look. There's the list, right? Boom. We have a huge list of them, and I just took you through all of the 174 laws, statutes, and commands. Now, I'm going to take you back up, and hopefully your eyes don't spin. Maybe close them for a second. There is a law that stands out far more than any other commandment. And you guys are seeing these right here, right? As I'm trying to make it up to the top of the list. And now you're seeing this one commandment right here. This one commandment that has 53 occurrences, give or take. Actually, more, maybe there might be a few more. But for what we gained through on this very first one, there's 53 commandments. And that commandment is to guard Yahuwah's covenant, laws, statutes, and commandments. Very interesting, right? As a parent, if I tell my sons something more than once, they usually get, at least back in the days, they would get hands-on or a little swat on the butt. You got to listen to Pops, what he's saying. Listen up. That's the same thing with our Creator, right? If he says something one time, we should absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, do everything possible we can ever do to do that. If he says it twice, we should probably know this guy is serious. There's something very serious about it. He just repeated it twice. And if we swat our kids on the butt for a once or twice, imagine what the Creator of the universe will do to a bunch of disobedient people. So he didn't say it once or twice. He said it 53 times, and he says it over and over and over. And he's always talking in context about his laws, statutes, and commandments, and that he wants us to keep them. Now, these are the same laws, statutes, and commandments that people have put, they say it's on the cross. It doesn't matter. That's the old laws of Moses. Those laws don't apply to us. Jason, we're in the 21st century. This is not what this was for. This is for another people at another time. My friends, I would like to submit to you that I believe with everything that I have, that the laws, statutes, and commands are for all time. They are good, they are holy, they are righteous. They have us live in holiness. They have us know things about our environment. They have us knowing things about what to eat, what not to eat, how to behave, how to not cheat people. We are told to take care of the widows, the orphans. We're even told not to trip the blind or mess with the disabled. Do these sound like bad things? Are these the things that we shouldn't be doing? But what if you're already doing them and the Holy Spirit has convicted you, that's what you do, but you don't know them? Matthew 7 clearly says, Messiah Yahushua says that those who are not keeping the Torah, the laws, he tells them to depart. He tells them to go away. He's going to break hearts. He's going to break people's dreams. But we've had a biblical scriptures by our bedstands or on our books and motels everywhere our entire lives. And it's whose fault is it that we have never taken the time out to seek our Creator? I can't create anything. I can't create a bird. I can't create a flower, a reptile. Everything around us has a purpose. There is a creator. If there is a creator, who is he? Well, it's clear. He tells us who he is. He's the creator of the universe, and he says there's only one Elohim. He says there's only one God. There's no such thing as a Trinity. There's no such thing as a Father, Son, Holy Spirit combination. The Father wields the Holy Spirit, which is, I guess, part of him. But it's not a Trinity. The Son is the Son. And the Son does the will of his Father. He said, my will is the will of my Father. I don't do anything. He says, I come in my Father's name. So what Messiah Yahushua led and what he did is he walked the Torah perfectly, and we can too. We are not going to get it right all the time. We're not going to never sin. That's not what I'm saying. But we can strive to keep the Torah. And even though it says if you break one commandment, you break them all, are you willing to break the heart of our Creator? When a commandment is to love our Creator with all your heart, mind, and soul. And you're supposed to love him more than your parents, more than your kids, more than anything. We're supposed to defend these laws, statutes, and commands with our life. And this is why I would like to present this to you, that I believe that he didn't say this 53 times just because he was bored and wanted something to say, because he could have said a lot more. He could have said other stuff. But all these other commandments, they're small, pale in comparison to what he says when he says, guard my laws, statutes, and commands. And that includes the Sabbath. Much love to you, brothers and sisters. I'm out.